Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
Oh, we're here again.
Hello! Holy crap, everybody's here. That's so awesome. It's like a surprise every time, eh? You just, boom, their
You
screens.
just
Look,
never know
here we
when to
are.
show up.
How's everybody?
Oh, there's Sandra.
Oh,
Okay, oh my
Sandra.
God.
Sandra.
Sandra.
First
Cheers,
time.
Sandra. Speaking of cheers, George.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right off.
Don't leave this to the professionals. Don't try this
Yeah.
at home, kids. Okay.
Cheers.
Woo.
Ah.
Oh, got the
I
beaver
always
happening.
love getting that out of the way.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Yeah.
listeners. Everybody, all you maniacs out there that like this show.
Speaking of maniacs, I just heard
Yeah.
heard about this band that I heard was reuniting. Hey, oh,
A rumor. Just a
it
rumor.
was a
Or
rumor.
is it?
It was a
Is it?
rumor.
Or is it?
Maybe they
Wait,
just never stop.
Wow.
Wait. Here's a public announcement.
Hey folks, it's time for George's backside, my favorite part of the show. So sit back and have a look at his backside. And you can catch George out in the clubs, DJing, that's right, flipping those discs and whatever else he does. But hey, right now, I just want you to focus on his backside and come up with some answers.
Ooh.
Hey folks, it's
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
George,
Yeah,
you got
that's
your own
totally a
band.
little-
George,
I don't-
is he related to you or something?
It's probably, yeah, you know, it's with the Disco Brothers. Yeah.
Nice.
Disco bro.
We're the Glitter Brothers. That's who we
The
are.
Glitter Brothers.
Yeah.
Hey, and what we should do one day too is the guy at the beginning of the show that puts the warnings out there for all the faint at heart people.
Yeah.
You got the top hat. We should get him on the show too.
Yeah. Okay.
good evening,
We
everyone.
should do that as well.
In our quest to find out who are they, we've unraveled some clues, but not answers. I mean, this is getting seriously ridiculous. We understand that there will be a major event in August, and we anticipate that it will either be aliens, reptiles, or ancient humans. That's according to many of the guests that we've had on recently. But hey, the search continues. So join us during our show while we keep the question out there. Who are they? Thank you and enjoy the show.
There you go.
Awesome.
Coincidentally.
Who are they?
That's perfect, man.
So-
that just rolled together.
On the
Yeah.
quest for who are they, I was in the air last week, and I
Hi.
was looking out, and it does look pretty flat. I got to tell you, I was at
Oh,
47,000 feet. It
Were
looks
you
pretty
high?
flat. You
Yeah.
don't see, was I high? I had 400 milligram freaking
Exactly.
Crony before I left.
Right. You were flying. Oh, you're just high.
No, both
Both together.
flying
He
high.
was in a plane. He was up there.
Yeah.
Dangerous concoction.
No, it's a great concoction. I'll tell you,
Okay.
like I have a thing for planes. The first time I was in a plane, I jumped out. So
Wow.
I fall asleep in planes. I like
Oh,
turbulence in a plane, right? As soon as I get in a plane, I just pass out. So I might as well just get high and pass out, wake up halfway through, throw on a movie, and I watched the new Matrix.
Yeah, how is it?
I had recently watched The Matrix, so I'm gonna say if it fits in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about the same. It's not gonna be
Okay.
"Ooh,
Yeah.
this is
Well,
awesome."
The Matrix is a special breed of movie, and it's a storyline, right?
It
I wanted to
is.
watch it the other day, but my copy didn't work, so I'm gonna have to chat with somebody and see if I can get a better one.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
hours of they're long movies.
Yeah. We'll have a Matrix marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. As I said, I didn't see the curvature when I was up. But
So it didn't look like a ball; it looked more like a frisbee.
I just kind of looked. Just
Yeah?
straight. Yeah, it just looked
Straight.
straight. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Maybe we're like on like a bullet. We're just on a continuous go, and we're spinning and we're going
spinning.
and we're just
We're
going.
like we're on
Like a new theory.
an LP
An album.
we're on
Yeah,
vinyl.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but this is just like a bullet because it's going. It just goes until it stops, and then we're just
Until
gonna
it
stop.
hits something. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
This island Earth. Yeah.
Maybe we're like a bottle rocket. There we go.
Oh.
George, you almost
Oh,
ready?
I hope we don't blow up at the end.
Well,
Yeah,
What's that?
nothing.
I hope we don't blow up at the end if we're a bottle rocket.
Hey, how about this one? Hang on, guys.
You know what's funny? George from the Atomic Ballroom and Heikadelic Show told me that if I wore headphones and a microphone, he'd teach me how to be a DJ in space. Well, I'm already up here. So where are you, George?
potatoes in
I was like-
space.
Wow. That's
I wasn't
crazy.
sure if it was a potato or an avocado.
Wow. I feel like I should have had more
Potato.
beer before I came on.
I got
Nice.
really bored.
I'm a few steps behind tonight.
So George, seeing that you had your own video, well, where's your backside?
My backside.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you weren't here last week, were you?
No, I wasn't. Why? What was it?
I want to hear all about that in Puerto Rico. But was it Puerto Rico you're in? No, Costa Rica.
No,
right?
I was in Dominican Republic.
Dominican. Okay. All right. I want to hear about it. But I heard about you, you little cheat, about doing the screenshot and then blowing it up. Yeah, I heard about it.
I tried doing the screenshot and it doesn't work.
Oh, you tried it?
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
Mm.
Yes,
You
it
sure?
does not work.
I was
It's
going
hard
Oh.
to get it.
I was going to give you a red card.
What I do when you're doing it right now, honestly, I guess
Okay.
And
No,
I've
I
got
know
a
you do. I know you do. But
you
Okay.
can narrow it down roughly, right?
yeah, yeah.
And
Well, if you ask a
because
few
you're
questions, you know.
DJ, you're not
Yeah.
gonna play. You're not gonna have Frank Zappa's third album that he made that he never released. The second last song on it.
Oh, like lick my deckles off. Yeah.
You would
I
have
would
that
never-
for yourself, but you wouldn't have.
Nick
that
Miller,
for
no
people.
pump.
No, I think that was that Frank's. No, I think that might have been Captain Beefheart. I'm not sure.
What was it called?
Captain
Lick my
Beefheart,
what?
yeah.
Yeah. I'll see if
Oh,
I've got a copy.
But by the way, Junior, you're on.
Whoa.
You didn't see that message from Junior, did you?
Yeah.
Which
Come
one?
for a yacht ride, fellas.
Yeah, we'll go for a yacht ride.
Yeah.
Do you own
We'll
a
do,
yacht?
we'll do the
Oh.
Heikadelic show on the yacht.
That's right.
Where's
He's
the
got,
yacht coming from? Are we stealing it?
he's got a new gig, right, for the summer
Yeah.
Yeah.
on Lake.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Nice work if you can get it. Yeah.
I think it's on Lake Chitty Bang Bang or whatever it is.
Georgian
Yeah,
Bay. Probably. Well, he's out by my cottage, so
Oh, okay.
Georgian Bay's right there, right?
Gotcha.
So he's going to take us yachting.
So,
Yeah.
George, we've asked you twice already. Like, this is the third
Okay.
and final offer.
Build up the suspense, right?
Yeah. Whoa.
It's called, trying to,
Oh, okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
This is a hangover from last week because we had our guest on last week, Jason,
Yes.
who was very interesting and had us all
Yes,
intrigued.
I did get to catch some. I was in the airport and I was watching.
But here it is. It's still got the post-its on it.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it's the same one.
It's the
Yeah,
same
because
one.
no one
Nobody
gets
got it.
it.
That's
Nobody
right. We
got
didn't
it.
get it.
We kind of forgot about it.
Oh man.
Okay, that's Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The
Right?
Kennedys.
Yeah.
It's not the dead Kennedys.
No,
It's
Um,
it's
well,
not the dead
live-
Kennedys, no.
It's not
No.
the live ones.
And it's not blood rock sausage.
it's not Blood Rock Sausage. No,
No, it's not. No, it's not. No.
I'm coming too. All right, Sandra, good for you. Yes. I have no idea where that came from. So just to hear that, all right. Happy
She
What
wants
year?
to go for a yacht ride as well.
Oh, okay. That's where it came from.
All right,
Okay.
Sandra.
All right. So, okay, George, let me ask some questions. Right.
Fire away. Fire
What
away.
guy- where are they from?
It's not a they. It's not they.
It's a
It's
solo.
a solo artist.
Solo, yeah, solo artist.
Were or are they in a band?
No, it's been solo.
Always been solo.
Yep.
So, always been solo. You said he, so it's a he.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you that much, yeah.
Yeah. UK?
No, it's not the UK.
Not the UK. So, is it Canada or the
It's
States?
not-
Sorry, the States.
States. Yeah.
It is States.
Yeah.
Oh, Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
Yeah.
He never made an album, did he? Or did he?
Well, he made it on one apparently. Is that Malcolm X? I'm guessing that's right above your hand.
No, it's not Malcolm X. I won't budge you on that one.
Okay.
Mm.
No, I'm not calling it the band.
No, okay.
Casey and the Sunshine Band? I don't know.
Oh. I'm sorry.
No.
Kathy
Roy
says Roy
Kathy says
Orbison.
Roy Orbison.
Roy Orbison.
Not British. No, they're American, Sandra.
He's American.
He's American.
He's
Like-
American.
Like
Chuck
Bruce
Berry.
Springsteen.
Okay, it's got to be late 60s, early 70s, right?
Chuck Berry.
Well, this album is from 74, but he was around in the 60s and he's still around today.
Oh,
Chuck Berry.
Around
Oh no,
in
he's
the
not
60s,
around.
it's still around today.
BB King.
No, it's not BB King.
Lord. Well, no. He's still around, right?
American solo,
hmm
around in the 60s and still around today.
Well, and there's a big keyboard there, so
Well, I know that's what I know. It's like Elton John, but no, it's
Yeah.
not.
Can't be Elton John. Can't be Elton John.
No, I know.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to think keyboards. Like, who's keyboards from the 60s all
Sam
the way
Cooke.
up?
Oh
But
my-
is that just
Sam
deceiving?
Cooke.
Maybe that's just there to be there.
It's not Sam Cooke, but he's kind of getting warm.
oh.
It's kind of from, that genre of music. But then he kind of, moved on a bit.
Hmm.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
That's a bit of a stump. There you go.
Oh, wait a second.
He was from England. He was from Leicester in England, Midlands. I had to buzz you on that one.
Is he like Frank Sinatra friend?
I don't think so, but not really. No. You're thinking of Sammy Davis?
No, not
No.
no. I'm thinking. So you're making me think that it's music. Is it Stevie Wonder?
Stevie Wonder?
Yeah.
Oh, close.
Okay. Take it away. I'm gonna tell you what I just picked out. Turn it around.
Yeah.
His hairline.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And then yes,
The
that's
glasses,
exactly what I
yeah.
pictured. I pictured glasses. Yes.
Well, in the keyboard, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's who else plays piano too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I was thinking
Wow.
Ray Charles too at first.
Yeah. This is the one.
Stevie would have caught at the end of the 60s.
What's that?
He would have been around at the end of the 60s.
Oh, he was around from about 64, 65. Little,
Really?
he used
I
to be
didn't think he was
called.
that old.
Yeah, when he started off, he was called Little Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like a teenager. He was like 15 or something. He used to go on tour with them, and obviously, like, he was renowned for falling off stage in those days because he used to play his harmonica, and he got carried away. He'd actually fall off stage a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And then they sat him down behind his keyboards, and he was fine.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah.
Keisha.
Superstitions on that. Superstitions. That's from that era when
But
it did
how,
start.
how blind is he? Because I've heard stories like Shaq said he was in an elevator with him and he's like, "Yo, what's up, Big Diesel?" Right? And like to be blind, you're not necessarily can't see nothing. You just
No, I think though that people like that who have been blind from birth or whatever, they've got like their other senses of
For
much
sure.
higher.
100%.
Absolutely, yeah. So they have they can do things we couldn't do.
Yeah.
Even though they can't see. Yeah.
Or you got somebody that goes, "Guess who's that?"
Yeah, they can smell street food from 5 blocks away.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still around. I mean, I think he's still touring, isn't he? He's going on tour soon.
Could be, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. The man's a genius, right? What can you say?
Yep.
Yeah.
He can play.
Yes, he can.
Speaking of playing, George, you had a show on the weekend.
No, this weekend I'm at the Tipsy Goose in Aurora.
The what?
Ah,
Okay.
Did you say the tits and goose?
No.
Oh, no, that was last year. No, the Tipsy, as in Tipsy,
Gypsy.
Tipsy, Tipsy. It's in
The
Aurora.
gypsy goose.
It's on Young Street. So I've not played a bar since.
On Young Street in Aurora.
Yeah.
So it's got to be close to like downtown. Like, is it downtown Aurora over by the beer store?
I'm not sure. I've never been there before. This is a whole new experience.
It's
for our
probably
board.
close to downtown.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking not too far away from the Renix or whatever, the Magna. I'm thinking just down the road from Magna.
I haven't been in Aurora since 1980 when I was here as a
It's
tourist.
changed a lot, George.
Everywhere changed a lot.
Well, they have cable there now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people. Yeah.
There was a bar or a club there called Greystones, which was like the
Yep.
place. I remember that
Yes.
back in 1980.
Yep.
So
We used
that
to
was the
go
last
there.
time
They are also a great restaurant.
Right.
Bluestones.
Yeah, but they're
Greystone.
closed now.
Oh, are
They
they?
closed.
Okay.
Yeah, they just closed a couple years ago, which is sad because we liked
Yeah.
going there.
Yeah. It was like the place from what I can remember back then. If
Yeah.
you were in Aurora to go to. But this is my first bar gig since March the 13th, 2020.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
And you just did a
Wow.
singles night, right?
yeah. I've got another one of those coming up next month.
All
But
right,
yeah,
well,
so
let's drink to
But
that. then.
singles
I
nights,
can't-
are they still pretty big? I know they for a while there in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
terrible.
There was places
Cheers,
that you could
Ringo.
go and the bar would have a number above the table, and you just dial the number up and hey, how are you?
Mhm.
We're over
Mhm.
here. You guys want to talk?
Yep.
yeah, sometimes they do like speed dating before the night starts and things like that. Yeah.
Speed dating. How does that go?
I don't know.
Well, do you want to try it, Ringo? I'll show you. Okay, so go,
Okay.
Ringo. You're going to meet George. You sit down. You have 1 minute to talk
Yeah,
and find out if they're interesting. It's like,
Yeah.
hi, George. Do you like motorcycles?
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you ride a motorcycle?
No.
Okay. Done.
I'm
Over.
done.
Right.
I'd love
Speed
to.
dating.
Yeah.
No.
That'd
Yeah,
be
there was-
like, okay, so no, I shouldn't say this actually. It's too yeah.
There was a bar like that in Pickering as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just south of the 401 off Brock.
It's probably where I went.
Yeah, and they had each table had a telephone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
That's
the
the
old
one I'm talking
whiskey
about.
Johns, the old whiskey Johns had that in the booth.
Okay.
Yeah. And I discovered that when a few friends and we all went out riding like our bikes and stuff, and we'd stop at Whiskey John's on Wednesday nights for karaoke. And there were all these booths and they all had phones, and it was kind of brilliant. I mean, used for, I guess, those kind of singles things, or just the fact that it was kind of neat to randomly get a call over to your table and all of a sudden you've got a whole bunch of people,
Yeah. Let's
like
hang
a
out.
meet and greet. It wasn't just for that, but it was kind of cool. and then they
Yeah,
ripped them all out.
we didn't have hit it and quit it back then so much. You know what I mean? Like we actually had to talk to women to try and pick them up.
Yeah, so it wasn't. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Now you got to
Wow.
invest a little bit.
Yeah, the
more.
funny thing about that is you get to see the people. And you go, oh, let's call that table, right?
Well,
So it's
I mean,
totally different. You're going by looks first.
let's be real. Imagine a truck stop, okay?
Imagine a truck stop on a rainy night.
and
Woo.
being, in the bathroom stalls and having a phone on the wall. I mean, would it have made the glory hole experience that much more pleasurable? Or
Well, okay. I've never really tried the whole glory hole experience, but especially at a truck stop, because I know some truck drivers, they're dirty guys. They're real dirty guys.
I don't know. I've got a lot of friends who are truck drivers, and they're
They're
actually
dirty guys. Don't lie.
no. Like their trucks are immaculate. They're polished.
No.
up.
I'm not talking physically dirty. I'm talking they're dirty guys.
Oh, well, they got a lot of time to be creative on the road, I guess.
Yeah, lots of thinking time.
That's why
And
so
all
many
that
truck
fresh air
drivers
is window down.
are highway
How
dogs, right?
How did we get on this topic? I mean, really.
We go to talk-
It just happened, you know.
Let's just bring it down for a split second here.
Hi there, my name's Mr. Wiggleton, and I'm actually the producer and janitor here at the Heikadelic show. But anyhow, I think it's good, but it really it's pretty late show, so I don't even watch it myself, so I have no idea what it's about. But that Heiko guy, he's pretty smart. He is pretty smart. He doesn't pay me well, but he's pretty smart.
Oh, you had to ruin that, just to pay me very well.
Okay. Yeah, because we were going really south on the whole. How did we get on that glory hole topic?
I don't know. Just
Singles,
You brought it up.
telephones, and then a telephone, and then
Yeah,
telephones,
a truck stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we do that very well. We just go sideways,
I think it's Ringo. It's Ringo. He did it. He's
I
part
didn't
of
do
the
it.
band.
I didn't have anything to do with that.
Oh.
What do you mean? You totally did. You're the one who said, so when you go to a truck stop in the glory hole.
Hey man, I'm on so many painkillers right now. I can't be held responsible for anything I've said within the last 2 seconds.
$20 is $20. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
well, did you mention?
Stephanie. Jim Bob is on the other side of that glory.
yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Keep yourself.
When you mentioned the flat Earth thing, and we've been lied to forever and ever.
Yeah.
I was shattered the other week to
No.
realize I've been lied to since I was a kid. Right?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
This is just traumatic for me because I read somewhere and I checked it out as well, and this is true, right? That a roadrunner's maximum speed is 20 miles per hour, and an average coyote can run at 42 miles per hour.
Yep.
So
Wow.
we've been lied to since
All
You've-
through our
You know what?
cartoon
You've
life.
just ruined that cartoon for me.
exactly.
This is good.
He was just like he was like so fast. The fastest dragster couldn't catch him. He was like pew gone, right?
Gone.
20 miles an
Another
hour.
one bites the dust. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not even the fastest bird. What's
When the
what's
Roadrunner
an
go-
emu or an ostrich run at? They got to be like 40 miles an hour or something, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
fast.
yeah. But
Didn't the Roadrunner have a beep like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there? That's the one, right?
And the Dodge car, the Roadrunner,
Mhm.
an
Yep.
original. When you hit the horn, it goes meep meep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's true.
Meep, meep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't the Volkswagens or there was another little car?
No, you
that
just
did-
hit that twice. And it goes meep meep.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, you look so small. What are you doing like there? Like,
Oh yeah,
Wow.
he's on his backside. He wants to go.
Well,
back into
because
form.
we figured we'd interview you for a few minutes.
oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to see whether I stay on the
You're
show
the
or not.
surprise
Okay.
guest today.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
I-
after
like-
you got your first album, George.
My first album.
You-
I've still got
yes.
it. Yeah.
After you got your first album, did
Yeah.
you
Blood
know
Rock
right
Sausage.
then that you were going to be an audiophile?
I was already collecting records. Yeah, I'd take records from anybody. People used to give me records. Yeah, I wasn't so much an audiophile. I wasn't really bothered about the systems I was playing on. I was a bit of a heathen there, but absolutely getting records, accumulating records, listening to music. Yeah. I just it started years before I even bought an album.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to like my sister used to buy Elvis Presley. Well, my mum did too. Elvis Presley records and things like that. And like before they got home, when I got home from school early, I used to play their Elvis records on my mum's record player, which she never knew.
What's the oldest of medium you've used to listen to a record? Like, have you ever used like a gramophone or anything like that? Or
well, yeah. I mean, I think I've told this story. There was this lady who lived. Because we lived in like a row of houses, like terraced houses. Well, they weren't terraced houses because they had a front, but they were like that with a bit of a front. And the lady on the last but one house from us, we lived on the corner house. And then there was like 3 or 4 houses in between us. She was called Mrs. Ashton. And she was about 150. And she was she was scary. I was like 8, something like that, 9. And
she was the witch on the street, right?
Well, we thought so, right? And like when there's an old lady living there, people go and visit them. And my mum used to send my elder sister to go on Sundays and spend an hour and have a cup of tea and chat with her and everything. Keep her company. She was like this old lady. She was tiny, but she had like this hat she used to wear with a pin in it, and she was like really tiny, really skinny. She had this old dress on and those tights that are like really tan colored and with these boots on, Yeah. And I thought she was a witch. I really thought she was a witch.
A witch. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she even had like the great. Yeah.
My name's Nanny McPhee.
So that exactly. She looked like that. Except she didn't have a big hat on. She had like this little purple thing with a black pin through it. And one time, like, my mum said, why don't we go and talk to Mrs. Ashton with your sister? And I went, no. Anyway, I got made to do it, right? And so that became a thing then. So it was like me and my big sister would go around on a Sunday for an hour or so and keep her company.
Georgie, go over and see Nanny McPhee.
Exactly. Mrs. Ashton. And I couldn't wait to get out of there.
I bet, eh? Did she make cookies for you guys and stuff?
Well, it's coming up here because like that you used to get cookies, right? And a glass of milk and all that.
Oh, yeah. And when I was an altar boy, I'd get a bag of chips and a can of pop. Yeah.
Hey, I was an altar boy too.
Claustrophobic under that.
I can tell you stories about that, but
you got funny stories about being an altar boy?
Not really, no.
Oh.
No, not really, no. But not well. But anyway,
what?
So anyway, going back to Mrs. Ashton and the record thing. So like 1 week, my sister couldn't go. Right, she was ill or whatever. So I had to go on my own. I thought, oh my god, I was terrified, absolutely terrified. I have to go and sit with this old witch for like an hour and a half, or whatever, on a Sunday afternoon.
Georgie.
So, yeah, I thought she was going to put me in the oven and all this because now I'm on my own.
Wow.
Too fudgy for my oven.
So I come in, like, and I'm sat there chatting with her. She got this little TV, black and white TV, and something comes on. And I said, blah, blah, blah. She said, do you like this tune? I said, yeah, whatever. I don't know what happened, but she said to me, you like music, don't you? And I said, yeah, I do. Yeah. Thinking, like, what's this about? And she said, well, follow me. I thought, oh, where am I going? So we went out of the living room into the hallway.
Into the back room. Oh, no.
No, we went up to the stairs. We're going upstairs in this house. It's bare. It's bare, right? There's like the front room. Because she was like a widow. I mean, her husband got killed in the First World War, or whatever. She just lived on her own, so you can imagine what a house was like.
Is that a spinster? No, a spinster's never been married.
My pretty boy, George.
She was a widow. She was a war widow from the First War.
Yeah. Spinster for sure.
So she takes me upstairs.
Uh-oh.
And I'm following her. I'm going, where am I going? And I wanted to run downstairs and run out the front door and get back to our house, right? And like I see the back room, and like there's just this room there with like hardly anything in it. There's just floorboards. And then there's a middle room there, and like which must be her bedroom because she had a bed in it. And then she opens this door for the front room that looked out the front of the house. And she opens it, and there's nothing there. And I'm like, oh, this is the oven's here. This is where she hides the real oven.
Yeah, it's behind the
You
door.
In this room upstairs, not she doesn't do it in the kitchen. Anyway, there's nothing in this room. There's newspapers on the floor covering the floorboards, and like not even in the corner, but sort of away from the corner of the room was one of those massive phonogram things, like in a wooden cabinet.
Yeah,
Right, right.
With a wooden cabinet with a lid and everything, and an arm, with a needle that weighed a ton, the big circular thing, and there was about 20 boxes of 78s all over this room.
Oh, the 78s. Oh, yeah.
All 78s in these cardboard boxes. And she said, George, have a look through some of them and play with them. She showed me how to work the gramophone and everything.
Cool.
And she went downstairs and left me. And I'm like, wow, this is fantastic. And I'm like getting all these old 78s out. And there's these show tunes. There was even some Elvis 78s there. Hard-Headed Woman was one. And
Turned out she wasn't going to cook you then. Yeah.
So like that was it. That was actually what really got me fascinated about putting a needle on a record. And that was it. I went home that Sunday, and the next Sunday, boom, that was it. I was out the door before my mum said, don't forget, Mrs. I was around there. And every week I used to go around. Oh, I loved it. Fantastic.
Yeah. And she probably loved it too, because she probably, you're a
I used to ask her about
right?
these. She used to say that was my daughter's. She used to like that and blah, blah, blah. And then she just leave me on my own.
Needle and it grooves.
Yeah. And
she could go downstairs and she'd sit in her chair.
Yeah.
And she could hear the music you were playing.
Yeah. It was great. Right? Fantastic.
George, Stephanie asked what was your first record?
That actually bought album. I'll show you. Hang on.
He's got it right there.
He's got it. Oh, wow.
Right there.
Stephanie says hers was Seasons in the Sun. Oh, Cat Stevens.
Matthew and Son.
March 1967.
Wow.
Cat Stevens. Wow.
Yeah.
And bought
that with my own money. Bought that with my own money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My first 45 was The Who.
And how much was that album back in the day?
That was 32 and 6. That's £1, 12 shilling and 6. So say £1.50, whatever that is these days, roughly.
Wow.
Oh, $3.
Yeah.
Ish.
I think there was like probably $3 Canadian to the pound in those days.
What?
Yeah.
Paid like you guys get paid now.
What's that?
Dad used to always say that to me.
What?
He'd be like, "Well, that only costs $3, but you guys make $20 an hour now." Like, yeah, but Dad, you could buy a house for $15.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, my first house I bought was £3,000, almost, not quite.
Wow.
Which would be like $9,000 at the time, I guess, Canadian.
You pay that in taxes.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. It was before the war, but yeah, crazy. Yeah.
You bought your first house before the war? Did you just say that?
No, I'm just saying, like with those prices, you think it was before? Well, it's a long time. 1973 it was.
I remember my parents bought their house in Ajax, and that was in 1964 for $18,400.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, I actually had my mortgage was with the council, Manchester City Council, and I could fall 3 months behind, no problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shuffling my money around.
The government actually is pretty generous, right?
Yeah, it was through. Yeah, it was like to get your foot in the door kind of thing. It wasn't like a house, but it was. Yeah, you could do that back then. You were encouraged to do that. So we did it.
I think it's going back to generational. You know what I mean? It's going to be my kids are going to have my house type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
They can't where I live. When I moved here, it was a small farm community. It's still a small farm community.
Mm-hmm.
They've put a lot of people in a small area, and because it is a farm community, they don't spread them out. So it's kind of I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with that. it's
Our kids can't afford a house.
they're buying houses a townhouse for $1 million.
Yeah.
What kid 19, 20, 25, 30 can afford $1 million house?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and it's funny. People hear that $1 million, right? And it doesn't sound like much anymore. But if you could put a number on it, you say, okay, my mortgage is $250,000 and my payment every month is $1,200. What are the payments now for these $1.2 million houses? Right?
On,
like, how many thousands do you pay per month?
Yeah, you're paying 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, more.
Who makes that much money?
Well, that's why people who they're buying houses together, and that's all they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Right. We're buying a house together, and that's it. I know.
Yeah.
I've got a friend who bought a house and he rented out 4 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's what he did until he paid the house off.
Yeah. No kidding.
And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. But you want to hear something way off, like whoop, just off the cuff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you know how the pom-pom was invented? Do you know what a pom-pom is?
Yeah. It's a tree.
No.
Are you talking about a pom-pom like a cheerleader?
No, the pom-pom, the thing that was
on the berry.
On the top of your hat.
Yeah.
The top of your hat.
Okay.
It's the last thing I was thinking of, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's what a pom-pom is.
Yeah.
The ball of yarn on the top of your hat.
Yes, on your toque.
Yes,
Or
on your
in French, they would say the little petun on top of the. See, a ball cap has one.
The chapeau.
Yeah. So, any idea?
How it got started?
Was it the name of a place?
I was thinking of a rabbit tail.
Nope.
Like you just skinned a rabbit, and put it on, and
no. Ringo was talking about French, and that's who invented it.
Yeah.
But which French people? Any idea?
French Canadians.
No. It was the people in the French Navy, and they put pom-poms on their hats to protect their head from smashing into the ship's ceilings or door frames.
Oh.
There you go. Something you didn't know. Useless information.
I could use that getting in and out of my
car.
Trailer. No, just because the opening, I keep hitting my head. On
time to wear a pom-pom on your hat.
Well, the back of my head where the brain mass is. Yeah, it just hits me right there. I'll knock myself out eventually, but. So Stephanie's saying she would have to strip for the CNIB if she was a kid starting out buying a house.
Wow.
Well, speaking of stripping,
I'm still trying to figure that out.
You want to know something? Stripping's even changed. It's not like it used to be. It's hard to even find a club nowadays. You know what I mean? Look at Durham Region. It has one.
Yeah.
Talking about strippers, and hey, look at that. You get the big.
I think we just wanted to check out your blazer.
You're on, Derek.
Derek's new look.
This is my Ringo wore one, so I'm gonna make sure he doesn't feel left out. But yeah, just picked this one up on the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah. It's green.
Almost thought it made that weird sound as you were flashing your sides there.
What is that?
I have no idea.
It's actually my mom calling. Should I pick up, guys?
Oh yeah, pick it up.
Yeah, go for it.
Hope
she wants to talk to George.
Hello?
Hi, is George there, please?
Right here.
You're on air, mother.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Mom. Hello, Mrs. Ringo. How are you?
That's George.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They let me on here now and again, not very often, but every now and again they give me a chance.
And look at that, he's got his shades on too.
Yeah, I'm not messing about.
Red shades. He's really pulling it out.
He hung out. I hung out. Stage fright. Oh well. Yeah. So Keisha says that her generation has no hope.
No.
You know what?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know.
Well, like really, like
Well, you know what? You can always come live in the barn.
That's right.
well,
I mean,
it's just pushing people east right now.
Right.
Can't go west anymore.
No.
Yeah, but see, for the young people, you can't go east because there's no work. That's where all the
Well-
retirees are going, right?
And I was just up to see Phil up on east of Peterborough, and there's lots, not even excessively large ones, selling for $500,000, right? Just for a lot.
It's
So
stupid.
it's getting out of there.
wow.
Well, Murph says you've got
Flock of seagulls.
flock of seagulls look.
And I ran.
I ran so
there you
far
go.
away. Actually, I played that song this
Yeah.
weekend. Speaking of, okay, I just want to say something.
Sure.
Here we go.
Totally random.
Yeah, no, me saying something. So I met some people this weekend. I played a little private party, and I
Okay.
met some people this weekend, and this one lady had to leave, and her husband, I met them, but I hadn't met, like, I didn't know who they were, right?
Right.
So anyways, we're talking, we finished playing, we're talking to her husband, and the lady who left is a doctor. So she had to go do she had to pronounce somebody, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he's like, she loves live music. Is there any way that, because we finished, is there any way that you guys could play, a couple songs for her when she comes back? Because she is coming back. Like, sure, why not, right? So, we ended up playing like 2 hours for her, but not for her,
Wow.
for everybody. But
Yeah.
it was good. But just this lady, I talked to her after, and what a great person, man. Like, I don't know how to explain it. There was something about her that made her different. You know what
She
I
was
mean?
hot?
No. When like you're in a room with somebody and they make the room different because they're in it. It's not they don't have to say anything, they don't have to do anything. This lady was like that, right? Like
Lit
when
up
she
the
shook your
room.
hand, you were just like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah. People that give off good vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was
Right?
hot.
No,
No, she was
She had an
positive.
aura. She had an aura about her.
She's
She
ready
was
to retire,
positive.
right? Yeah.
Positive
exactly.
vibe.
Total aura, George. You're right. That's what it is.
Positive
Yeah,
vibes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like literally, this lady just pronounced somebody, and an hour later, she's like shaking your hand and praising you, and just being, but so humble. You know what I mean? I was like, wow.
Mm.
Classy, I guess. And
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we played red wine for her because she was drinking red wine. So
Right on.
yeah.
Well, she left an impression on you, I guess. There.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it was. And as I said, I didn't know her up until then, and what a great,
That's really cool.
It's one of those
really
people that
cool.
you're like, wow, I'm glad I met you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's the thing about what we do when you meet random people in an audience, and it's not in a workplace, but in a place like that. You do kind of meet those people now and again, don't you? They're just special.
Yeah.
And you don't know why. I don't know why. I just feel like, like
This person,
I just feel something. I want to listen to what you've got to say. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
Right on.
I totally get you. I totally get where you're coming from.
Engaging. I mean, I got some feedback from last week's show where I guess the guest we had, he was talking about power
Jason.
of suggestion, right?
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting to listen to and that, but the feedback was that there was this sort of feeling that maybe he was throwing suggestions at us because we were just kind of.
Well, I'll tell you what I definitely did. I had to not physically, but you know what I mean, avoid doing. Listening to him was check out Max whatever and his trick, because the number of times he mentioned Max, the guy that did the trick with the whatever it was. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you look, the number of times he mentioned Max, Major, I think his name was.
Yep.
Over the hour he's with us, it was like, it must have been about 12 times, 15 times.
Yep.
Yeah, but he said that. He says, I do exactly the same thing they do. I just do it for a good reason,
Yes.
right? Not to
Yeah.
hypnotize you to do shit. He
Yeah.
tries to help people. So I thought that too. I thought, I wonder what he's saying to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
So-
like a whole art, right?
Yeah, of course it is.
Okay. I've tried to get hypnotized a few times because myself, I think it'd be awesome, right? I've never been able to do it. I even had a guy who's like, no matter what you say, I can get you. And I like try and I like meditate and I try and work with them, right? I try and blank out to do, and I don't do anything.
Yeah.
Either
Well,
that or I'm doing something and I don't know it, but
yeah, that can happen, right? Like you can come out of a hypnosis or think it never happened to you, and you sort of question, and sometimes they'll say, yeah, no, I guess it didn't work, right? But maybe it did.
I've had the same guy. He even come back tomorrow, right? And I'm like, yeah, you're just trying to get double the money out of me. He's like, no, come back in, right?
Yeah,
you just come in, and it didn't work. Like,
That's cool.
I'm trying, man.
So why are we trying to get?
That's because you're wearing your tinfoil hat.
Fun. Just I tried it for not smoking because that's what this guy was big about. Like he was an act, not a comedian. He was an act, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he makes people here talk like a chicken. You know what I mean? And so I was like, I would love to do that because I don't mind, right? And it didn't work. And I had people who were like doing stupid stuff, and I'm like, I think it's more suggestive, and you're just like gonna do it because you're gonna do it and have a reason to do it and say, oh, I was hypnotized or under hypnotism, right?
Well, yeah, and that's why it's you also have to be careful with it. I mean, if you look at some of these
MK Ultra stuff.
Well, not even that, like without getting too airy-fairy about it, let's say teens and some of the bullying, the cyberbullying, right? And or just verbal bullying becomes almost a form of suggestive thought to the point where it's like kids will do silly things or, I found him pretty interesting. The only one thing that I kind of latched onto was when I talked about they, and the fact that there's this sort of underlying power of suggestion coming from a very weak but ancient force, which is consistent with somebody else I know offline at that, who said exactly that, and she's part of a group that just absolutely believes that there's something like that out there. And these are very intelligent professional people that this is bizarre.
I found it funny. I don't know if you remember this, Ringo, but you were talking about the Sasquatch, right?
Oh yeah.
And going up to your piece of land where there's sightings and all that kind of stuff, and you're explaining everything to him. I could tell you're right into it, right? And when you're done saying that, he looked at you and he goes, don't even worry and don't even think about the Sasquatch because they are coming. You remember him saying that to you? Yeah. And I thought, what the hell's Ringo thinking now? He's trying to tell this guy something. He goes, throw that out the window because they are coming. And all along, we're trying to find out who are they,
Yeah. Well, I mean, they like the whole Sasquatch thing. I mean, there's this what I find interesting, and there's a possibility of a species being out there, okay, but they have there's really no hard evidence. I saw a program recently that was kind of neat because somebody ended up getting some DNA, but the footprints are always like one or two prints. They're never like a whole trail of prints.
No, you can't follow them anywhere.
Right. And I think the longest was maybe about five or six tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And then one time they, I guess, studied the Yeti, which there was a trail, but it led to nowhere. So there's this notion, and like now I'm starting to open up my mind and be objective about all possibilities. It doesn't mean I believe in any of them, but I'm just trying to understand. Give me some facts, some science.
Yeah.
But the thing is with the Bigfoot thing, there's this notion that all the conspiracy theorists tie things together. Like Bigfoot is actually has something to do with cross-dimensional travel,
Exactly.
and they appear and then they're gone. So that's why you only see one or two prints. But somehow they're tied into aliens, and it just goes on and on. So now Bigfoot's actually being pulled into the paranormal. So it's
But if you want to cross that, like, go there, that even look at into the Bible, right? David and Goliath, right? You have this giant who, once you get a little bit beyond, it's the Nephilim, right? They're a giant species who are trying to invade the human, kill them.
yeah.
And that's the fight, the big fight. The little guy kills the big guy, and
Right.
that.
Well, yeah, and but then there's this whole notion of these reptilians and everything that Jason was talking about. The side of the brain that the power of suggestion is most, powerful or transferable is actually the reptilian brain. And what's equally interesting about that is that side of the brain, and I don't recommend this to anyone, but we all do it. If you're driving in a car, and whether you're tired or you shouldn't be drinking and driving, but you wonder how you got to where you got, right?
When you sleep,
and we call it going on autopilot, but it's that sort of reptilian side of your brain doing the basic not completely shutting the other one off. You still have awareness, obviously, but
I would sometimes have that happen while I'm traveling along the 401. I'd kind of just be do, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa. I'm like, no, I'm like,
where am I?
Eight off ramps past the last memory I had.
Yeah.
There's a section that's not. All of a sudden you're from here, you're there. It's like, what just happened? Right?
Yeah. And a lot of people, like I know, not
kind of like your body does muscle memory,
right?
Yeah,
like exactly memory muscle or muscle memory, but it like not my past house, but the one before that, I found I was always driving to my old house after I sold it, right? So, but yeah, you go on this sort of autopilot, especially if you're doing a lot of repetitious stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, he was. I felt he was interesting. What kind of brought it home was a couple of comments about the possibility that there's an underlying very weak force dropping these power, suggestive thoughts. So in August, though, and George, you have the dates.
August 14th.
14th.
Yep, August 14th.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you know what? It's funny. I just got invited to a wedding on August 14th.
Oh, nice.
I said, you know what? I think I'm going to see Motley Crue on the 14th in Buffalo, but it's actually not. But that's why the 14th is significant. There's this sort of ball drop with an underground society coming to the surface. And that's been told now by a few people that we've had on.
Well, I'm curious because there's always been this Bigfoot Sasquatch stuff. It's been going on for 40 years, if not longer.
Yeah.
Same with the Loch Ness Monster, right? They have all these photos. It's the same thing, right? It's the big curly neck, with, and that's all you ever see. No one's ever seen it.
Yeah.
But I know they don't have an answer for Sasquatch, but they have just come up with an answer for the Loch Ness Monster. There is no. Yes, it's a whale dick.
What?
Yep. Whales will actually have their penis come out, and a lot of times what they'll do is roll at the surface. So you'll have this big thing come up out of the water. There's the Loch Ness Monster. It's a whale dick. I just saw a documentary on it, and I thought, no way.
I
There
just
you
saw. I saw something similar to that about that possibility.
Yep.
I
So the
actually,
Loch Ness Monster doesn't exist. It's a whale dick.
I'm very skeptical, but that is true. That's even more devastating than Wile E. Coyote being faster than
Okay.
a bullet.
Yeah.
Is that true though? But is there whales there?
Yes.
Is there?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Yeah?
there are.
Okay.
Yes.
That's cold. That's fresh water, though. It's not salt
Yes, there
water.
are freshwater whales.
Oh, there are? Okay.
Yeah, they just proved the whole thing. They
Bluegill.
said there is no Loch Ness Monster. It's just a
Bluegill
giant
have a
penis
pretty
coming
big
up for air.
friggin' berry. Yeah,
That's right.
the big bully stick, right?
So there you go.
Did I ever?
Arr, look at my bully stick, boy.
I don't know what the exact tonnage is, but every time a whale ejaculates, they ejaculate like tons of semen.
Yeah.
You wonder why the ocean.
And that's why the
Enough
penis
that you
is
can
like this.
smack
It's so
one
big and
where
heavy. It can't stand up straight. It's so heavy it droops.
You can spack. I mean, those. So, Heiko, did you see was that one of those video reels that come up on Facelift and those other things?
No, it was an actual show about.
Okay. Because I think I saw a reel, but there's been a lot of interesting things that people are putting out there. Like, in fact, this.
Hey there. I saw the most disgusting thing on the internet the other day. It was one of those reels, and they were taking wieners and looking at them under the microscope. Raw wieners. Oh my goodness. I didn't know there were that many creepy crawlies on a raw wiener. So make sure your wiener's cooked really well or boiled. Don't eat it raw. This is sort of a Heikadelic announcement to keep you safe. Anyway, enjoy the show.
Oh, you put up the black screen? Is that what you do?
No. It was just your
Yeah, that's
black
what you did.
jacket in behind the screen. So,
Nice.
yeah. So, there's like with the land thing I mentioned, I actually found a YouTuber that has taken video literally on the border of the property of a Sasquatch right now. And I've looked at all of his videos, and you know, they're shaky. They're like, so I don't know if it's a hoax or somebody, but I did track the guy down, and he's from Timmins. So I might reach out, but at this point, I'm planning to go up and
check it out, because I saw this new show on TV. It's about how people survive way up north, way the hell up north.
Yeah.
And there is a lady there. She has this funky, raggedy coat and shit. And I'm sure if you don't see her face, she would look just like Sasquatch. So
yeah, that's a good possibility. Like a buddy of mine's son, actually, he's just in grade 8, and he's got size 15 feet.
See,
Taller than, and it's
is he hairy?
No, not really. Got lots of hair on his head, but you know, I suppose if you.
So now Heiko's on the big screen. Does that mean we're interviewing Heiko now?
Well, we could, but I was just kind of making it a little more appealing because we don't have a big production budget.
Oh, so we're taking
so
turns, are we?
We can take turns.
Yeah.
So we were looking at bringing, I guess, Al Joins on tonight. And
who?
Al Joins.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Anyway, hey, Rudy Blair, we got to get out to his thing on Tuesday night.
I just thought about that the other day. We got to go to the lemon stage.
Yeah, the lemon
Yeah.
stage. And
I tell you what,
right?
these disc jockeys don't have any dealings with them. They're bloody unreliable. I tell you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I tell you that from experience. Yeah.
Well, George, you can probably let us know when you're doing one of these things. one of your DJ nights, we can maybe get out
Yeah,
to that.
If there's any
maybe we
singles out there, maybe you could promote it for them, even, George?
that's right. Yeah.
we can show them how to do a real, what do you call them? The speed dating?
Oh yeah.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just simply sit down and say, next, swipe left.
I'm a bit rusty on that stuff. It's been a while.
I know. I don't even know. Is it swipe
I have
right
no
or swipe
idea.
left?
I have no
Speaking
idea.
of rusty, and it's been a while.
Yeah.
I used to do these little things here, and where a saying used to come from. Remember?
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
pom-pom.
We did a couple way back when, but we haven't done any for a long time.
You just
Oh
did
yeah.
pom-pom.
Well, you kind of did pom pom tonight.
Well,
Yeah.
pom pom wasn't really a saying, but a pom pom is a thing.
Yeah, but
right?
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
the
it's-
origin of it, I think you hit the pin on that, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. I still like Dead Ringer and Saved by the Bell. Those
Yeah,
were
they're the best. Working the graveyard shift.
Yeah.
Yes.
graveyard shift.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a friend who wrote a book about monitoring a graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. James
Nice.
Vernon.
Nice.
Jamie Vernon.
Actually, I'm just going to throw this out there now because it just occurred to me when you started talking about all
I gotta
graveyards.
throw
and all
you
that.
out too. I gotta remember.
All right. When's April 30th? Is it Saturday? It's coming up, right? April 30th.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Yes.
Got bills to pay. That's why I'm
In Hamilton at the Doors Pub.
Now, from the days when I used to read all this stuff in the 70s, April 30th is one of the, like you get Halloween.
Right?
It is one of the most powerful nights when evil comes out. It's called Walpurgis Nacht, right? Do you know
Called
anything
what?
about it? It's Walpurgis, Walpurgis Nacht. It's like after Halloween, it's the most powerful night of the year for the.
That's German, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the German name. I can't give you any history on it because it's so long since I read about it. But April
Derek's
30th
going to Google it for us
Derek's
right
going
now.
to Google it. Just check it out, Derek. See if I'm right or if I'm having a senior moment. But yeah, that'll be this Saturday.
I've heard of that, but I can't remember what it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is a thing.
In February, right?
No, April.
It's in April.
So, well, Derek's looking
April
for that.
30th.
I got a disturbing video emailed
No.
to me through my Heikadelic email, so I just want your opinion on it.
Okay.
Oh gosh, and shit on a stick. Johnny Ringo, when are you gonna get back on stage? The COVID thing is over, right? Well, it's not, but things are safe to go out, right? I haven't even gone out, but I want to get out and see Johnny Ringo live in the clubs. Or a big stage, yeah. Lots of whining, no tears.
I've
So
seen
that
her
was
in the
very-
Beeve.
What's that?
I've seen her in the Beeve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't she
Okay.
Where all those teeth come from.
reported for the
What
80s?
George is talking about is Welper snatch. So that sounds almost like a cramp and snatch, right?
Yeah.
Was that a well put snatch? What?
Yeah, Welper. Welper. Something you have to learn how to do.
It's
Make
a
it-
Very
well
cool.
put snatch.
Welper, and then GIS. GI, and I'm guessing that's going to be silent.
Walpurgis.
Walpurgis snatch.
A
Yeah,
well
nah.
put
Snatch. Nacht.
Snatch.
Nacht. Nacht.
No.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
means night.
Well,
Yeah,
Well, snatch.
but I'm just going by like cramp and snatch, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I get
I've
it.
just pulled it up here actually.
Snatch.
I've got a crump
But anyways, okay, so here's what it is. Okay. So in Germany, the Wumper Snatch is the night of April 30th to May 1st,
Yep.
which is halfway to Halloween.
Yeah.
Is the night when witches are reputed and hold a large celebration on Brocken and wait for the arrival of spring.
Oh, okay.
That's
Ah.
a late spring.
Yeah, it's a
No,
bit
maybe
late.
not really. No,
Huh.
I guess if time you're following.
Yeah.
I've got here. I just pulled it up there quickly. because it just came to my head. It's same thing on the night of May Day when witches meet on the Brocken Mountain and hold revels with the devil.
Ah,
Oh,
Well, so watch out, kids. If you're out Saturday night.
coming up a week from now.
so I'm
No,
actually
Saturday. It's Saturday.
yeah.
Oh, is it this Saturday?
night in
Yeah.
Hamilton. I didn't even think. Now I can like say something about that. I can make
Yeah.
a post. Thanks,
Yeah.
George.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
I did
I'll be
I
at the
did know-
Tipsy Goose.
I did know
Who knows?
April 30th is the halfway mark to Halloween. That's what I knew that.
Right.
It's one of those stupid things.
Perfect.
So now,
There you go.
George,
Just-
thanks, George. I
It's
feel my
just-
day's complete now.
There you
I
go.
can go to bed happy.
There you
This
go.
is what happens when we don't have a guest. You go, well, what can we talk
Hey.
about?
There we go. There's the man, Danny, right now. Did you see his message?
Danny.
How are you guys?
Hey, Danny.
Danny's awesome, man. I was down at the restaurant. I wanted to send you a picture to flash up on the screen tonight of the front of the restaurant, but it's not done. We just have to paint
Oh.
around the signs on the top, and then it's going to look really fucking awesome.
We should.
You know,
Did he have
People
his
slow down
opening?
and look because they
14th,
think there's
wasn't it?
cars inside the restaurant. Because
Oh.
the front, all the glass now is a mural.
Nice.
It,
Oh,
it
that's
looks
cool.
amazing.
And who's the artist that did that?
Buddy of Danny's. I'm not sure if he's listening. I'm sure he'll tell us.
Yeah.
But they're hoping to open up this coming Friday. So,
All right.
but there's a few things that are holding everything up.
Yeah.
The big thing is the grill.
Okay. Well, you want a grill, yeah.
You gotta have a grill.
I mean,
But if not, I think we're gonna get a couple of buddies together. We'll bring our hibachis. We'll set Danny up out in front of the restaurant, and he can
There you
flip
go.
some burgers for everybody.
oh,
and-
I love flipping burgers. Actually, Danny,
yeah,
if you'd hire me over there, I do a pretty good job, I think, behind the grill.
There you
After my
go.
Shoulders better.
Tomorrow
So-
morning. There you go.
Okay, there tomorrow morning. So he's good to go. So maybe Hike. We should
Wow.
meet there.
No, I think you just got a job tomorrow morning.
You got Ringo's moonlighting.
you're flipping burgers in the morning, bud. Get your ass over there.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
you know, there's something about well, I mean, a lot of guys like to grill and stuff, but I love it. I
Yep.
love doing smoking.
I like
you know,
smoking too.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Smoked meat. And the last time I think I posted a picture of me doing a pig roast. Somebody on my Facebook, some woman, I guess she was a vegan, just called me a troll and whatever. I think it was on the show, in fact. But yeah, and so yeah, that was a short-lived relationship on Facebook.
Yeah,
But,
tough for her, eh?
Yeah, it's a thing. Okay,
Calling someone a troll. What the hell's wrong with her?
So I actually have I have a lot of vegan friends, and something occurred to me recently. So part of the vegan, like it's either the whole I'll say culture behind it. So if you're a true vegan, you're not going to be, I guess, killing animals and all of that. So for food. However, there's been studies done that will have a plant next to another plant,
Yes,
and they'll have sensors on these plants.
yes.
And the minute you take one of the side
Clip some
plants and
branches
start
off or something.
clipping branches, the other one, the sensors go erratic. So if you think of an ECG when you're about to have a heart attack, how it spikes and everything, the plants were actually doing that. So
Yep.
they've actually proven scientifically that plants are alive, but they actually
Plants are aware of their surroundings.
they're aware. So that could mean they have intelligence, right?
Yeah,
Which then, if I go back to the vegans who are all, plant-based organics, they all of a sudden, are they killing like killing a tree?
Yeah.
I don't like taking out a tree if I don't have to. I mean, it's
No.
taken years to, but does this kind of now put holes through a vegan's theory of, hey, you know what, I don't harm him, but apparently
of course you do.
Yeah.
You're harming plants.
Well,
Hey, so as for Danny says, they're opening Friday morning.
Come on down, Ringo. I need a solid guy.
There you go.
Ringo's
does.
pretty solid. What are you, 260?
No, he
240?
yeah.
No, I
No.
mean, like, if I go
He
get the
does
blue
need a
pills,
solid
I
guy.
think I can be solid all the time. But, you know, I just love cooking. I love it.
Yep.
And I like cooking for groups. But I've done food prep at restaurants in my younger days, and then I had a friend who had a cafe, and she would always get slammed for breakfast and that. So I went over a few times and did some bussing and dish cleaning and stuff. But that's the extent. Nobody ever left me the grill. But hey,
Danny needs good help.
I could rock. The trick with good grilling is keep moving your meat.
Wow. You had to go there, didn't you?
Yep. Keep
I used
moving
to
your
do
meat.
catering.
And don't burn shit, right? Like if you're trying, so there are ways to combat slow cooking. Like, I mean, if you're late getting on the grill and you have to bring something from, if it's not fully thawed, I've cooked chicken and okay, I don't want to throw this out there, but I've cooked chicken breasts that were literally frozen, but I put them in a foil wrap with some seasoning and stuff first. And, you know, within an hour or so, they're good to go.
Yeah.
Anyhow, just love it.
Speaking of getting good to go, George, please help me out.
Yeah. Cha la la.
Hang on. Don't try this at home, kids. Here we go.
Cheers. Yes. Here's cheers to Danny at Country Stop Burgers.
In
Cheers,
Ballantrae, Ontario, Highway 48, just
Yes.
north of 47.
I'm getting a bit low here, guys.
Ringo, you got pictures of the burgers. Throw them up on the screen for people.
I do actually. Somewhere.
Yeah. This is what Danny makes if you're hungry. You
Oh,
gotta
damn.
go there. You gotta go there.
Sorry.
Oh, I can do that. Hang on, kids. We can do this.
Oh,
What's that?
what the hell was that?
Yeah.
It's a drum roll.
That was a drum roll.
Oh, you're doing
Hey.
a drum roll.
Okay.
Well,
Burger
Oh.
and beer.
yeah.
And the burger and
Let's
beer,
see-
and the spring is here.
Let's
Oh,
see
look
the
at-
other
look at
picture with
that.
the two burgers.
Look at the sweat dripping off that beer. You always get a cold beer and a hot burger.
That's
Burger
not
and
beer.
And the spring is here. Get down to Danny's restaurant and have a
Hey,
stop for a
Heiko,
pop.
that is so beer. That is what you have for breakfast.
Okay, I love this. This is
There you
is-
go. There's the
Breakfast
picture I
burger.
like. Now
You
we're
just gotta throw an
talking.
egg on her. Way you go.
You know what? I'm not
Bring
gonna
your own
lie.
egg.
Look at what he's got going on here. He's got what, 4 patties or something.
I think there's three on
Three
that.
patties.
That's a
One.
triple.
Patties,
Two,
1, 2, 3
3.
layers of cheese.
Triple
Got
cheeseburger.
tomatoes.
Got some onions in there.
Yeah,
maybe
it looks
some,
like caramelized onions.
maybe some
Yeah.
shrooms.
That's called a heart attack. Love them. Is that
But
pea
this-
meal? That looks actually like pea meal over here on the left side.
Oh, over
See behind
there.
the tomato.
Oh,
Pea
maybe.
meal on it.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Look at the double.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
oh.
that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's a sesame seed bun.
See, and the thing about Danny is too, if it's not up on his menu, you walk to him and say, "Hey, buddy, can you make me a triple cheeseburger?" He's gonna make it for you.
Yeah.
You know, like look at that. Oh my God, there's one for me, one for my buddy. Let's go. We got to get over there.
How'd you get your chops around that? I mean, come on. I
Hey,
mean,
George, come on.
Both hands,
Squish her, bud.
squeeze,
Squish her.
mouth open wide, and no problem.
all right.
So
Wow.
it looks like we have to teach you, George, how to eat a Canadian hamburger.
Okay.
You want to know something? I'm kind of interested in checking that place out. So,
Kinda.
before Danny owned that place, I used to go there with a friend of mine's dad, and he taught me how to clean windows.
Yeah.
Skip school and make money, in other words.
Right.
And we used to go there. So like I that place has been the same for 40 years. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's so I'm looking forward to it changing. Oh,
It's got a little bit of a facelift now, a little bit of a makeover,
Yep.
and it looks absolutely amazing. It looks like a diner that you would go to in the 60s.
Sounds
like-
great. Yeah.
Hands down. Outside, and then you open the doors, you go inside, it's like, oh my God. It's incredible what he's done there.
Awesome,
So,
good.
yeah.
And people like that, like who that other chain that was, Popeye's hamburger eating friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So they have that style, right? I've always liked it. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's got like jukebox type styles going on there, but I like the burger joint, the diner, the greasy spoon, whatever you want to call it. I love them.
I guess George caught Murph's comment. Heiko has a big yap, George.
Yeah, there you go.
That makes sense.
That's how you get those burgers in.
Yeah.
And Danny, I'm sorry, I can't check my phone because I'm using it to be on the show.
He's
So
probably
sending
Heiko,
me something.
Maybe we can meet up at Danny's or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
whatever
can.
you want to do, man. We can.
And we're going to be doing a show from there. We have to plan all this, but in the future, folks, we're going to be doing a show live from Country Stop Burgers.
All right.
It should be great.
Country Stop Burgers, Ballantrae, Highway 48. Don't forget to stop in, grab a beer, say hi to Danny.
We'll have to find out because Ballantrae sounds Scottish to me.
Does it?
Well,
Ballantrae.
All I know is that all the places around our area, Goodwood, Ballantrae, Uxbridge, they're all from England. So
Well, that sounds Scottish to me. Ballantrae.
That's what I'm saying. It could be somewhere like
Yeah.
they're all
From Britain.
different.
Britain.
Yeah.
Don't mix up Scotland with
Whoever
England.
landed there first, that's what they named it after.
Don't mix.
Scotsman landed here.
Yeah, okay. Don't mix the Scots with England. Oof,
No. I am English, so I understand.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always thought that was so funny, guys, because you have the Rock, and it has 3 portions, and one portion says we have nothing to do with the other portion. Like, no.
Hey, cousins, I'm going to fight you now.
Yeah, you guys are all freaking related. Like, what the hell?
Oh no! Are you kidding? No, to me.
Oh no!
I mean, I've known Scottish people, and guys, girls, whatever. I'm a Sassenach to them. I'm a Sassenach.
Sassenach.
Wow.
Sassenach. Yeah.
Like
Sassenach.
Sassenach. I'm just an English, whatever.
Oh wow! Like
Yeah.
a piece of toilet paper.
Well, you're not quite that bad, but on the way, yeah. Yeah, Sassenach. Yeah,
Wow, brutal.
Yeah. It's okay. I've been called worse, of course.
So George, in your younger days, when I was running that little spool for your backside earlier, I tried to make him look like you in your younger days, right? Like,
Hey folks, it's time for George's backside, my favorite part of the show. So sit back and have a look at his backside, and you can catch George out in the clubs DJing. That's right, flipping those discs and whatever else he does. But
Hey, Ringo, you flip burgers. I like to flip discs. Yeah.
there you go.
Wow.
Do you guys get anything when he does that? It just says not working. File not working.
Where
Well,
are
that's
you?
all right. I could see it.
That's all
I
I got.
thought-
File not working.
I don't think I ever had hair like that, but yeah,
Derek, you're in the bush, man. You're like
Hey,
I think your
You must
internet,
have an iPhone or something.
yeah.
Who?
Your
Right
internet's like you need Starlink, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, I was going to say that.
Hey, you're on your phone.
Speaking of
Yeah, no,
Starlink,
that's what I get when it comes up.
that's weird.
Do you have it now, Heiko?
No, but how about that purchase that Elon made today? Isn't that
44
freaking wild?
billion.
Wow. Can you imagine
Could you
Well,
imagine
paying?
buying an account where people brag like, "Hey, I just farted today, ha ha ha," and with that amount of money, he could have like solved world hunger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There must be an agenda there because
You
he
think?
wanted, yes, of course, because he bought all the shares off all the shareholders for $6 more than they're worth. So
Yeah.
he could have 100% of the company. So Twitter is now privately owned,
He
and
wasn't there a clause in there that they can only own 15%, or did they get rid of that?
I
No, he did
heard
a
he
hostile
bought
takeover.
all the shares from
Bought it, right?
everybody.
But I thought to stop the hostile takeover, they put in a clause, like a suicide clause, where only one person, or not one person, can own it. They have to have a maximum of 15%.
Okay, I don't know anything about that.
Um,
I heard nothing about that. I just heard that he bought everybody's
Obviously,
shares
if he
for
bought it,
$6 more than they're worth.
something went his way.
Yeah.
But the guy, it's billions of dollars. I don't understand the logic in it, but he's got the money to blow, right?
Yeah. And he said he didn't like the way it was run, the way it was edited, and you couldn't do things and this and that. And he said it should be. He's
doesn't
totally
like
changing
Facebook,
it.
right?
Well, what I know about it is he is coming out with a platform that'll rival Facebook.
Yeah.
So Twitter's going to be the new Instagram, right?
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's brilliant. I have no issue. One of the things, and people are going to probably complain about me saying this, but the fact that I think sometimes our world needs one very dominant leader, right? To stop a bunch of the BS that we have to deal with. And watching him, especially with Joe Rogan, doing very candid interviews, while cooking a doob. I mean, this guy is super intelligent. He's very down to earth at the same time.
And I've had a lot of people ask.
He has Asperger's, right?
That's okay.
No, I'm just saying. So he's super intelligent
Yes.
with a disability, so he's going to focus on one thing more than where we would go, oh, maybe we should stop. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Now,
no.
you know what? It's funny. I've been kind of watching him, and I think he's absolutely brilliant. And what he's doing here, this is my thought, is he's buying this company. Well, he bought the company. He's going to make it to the way people want, and it's going to explode. It's going to become more popular than the other ones that are out there.
Yeah.
He's going to make stupid money. And he's even said, he says, all these companies he's investing into, he's using the money to fund his space program.
Yep.
And he is going to be that guy that's going to leave this planet with a bunch of people because this planet is going for a shit.
Well, and
he's going to be the guy up there, like the sci-fi movies where they leave Earth because Earth is doomed. He's the guy.
He sold all of his big houses, and
he's
got
a
little tiny home that's prefab, which I'm thinking they're probably going to use similar technology on Mars. But but anyway, his point is pretty clear. I'm going to die on Mars. That's what his goal is. Like, what do you want to do? I want to die on Mars. That's it. So what's kind of cool about that? Like, if you look at John F. Kennedy, when he finally said, we're going to go to the moon, and we're going to go to the moon on this date. That's when shit started.
This decade, he said, we're going to go to the moon this decade.
Yeah. So, but once that pin was set, everything happened around it, right? All the scary smart people and, just did their thing. Wasn't that Kennedy? So like, what you're mentioning about Elon, he gets relentlessly focused on something, but the guy barely sleeps. He spends so much time like making sure all of these projects are moving in the right direction, right? Like his what is it? The neuro research company. He's got the Tesla. It's the fastest car in the Tesla engine is the fastest on the planet now, right? And they're looking at all of these hybrid options and things like that. I still want to get a Tesla truck. I think they're amazing. I think I could see that on Mars, right? But just brilliant. And just some of his comments too about AI. I mean, you'd think he'd be all over AI, and he's warning us about it,
Yes, he is.
AI will he had a Chinese leader sitting beside him that said, AI will never get beyond the intelligence of a human being. And he says, it already is, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
is.
So,
AI is proven to start its own language.
absolutely.
And it's
Absolutely.
not normal coding.
And the only line that's going to be crossed one day is when AI becomes self-aware. When that happens, it's over.
But that's what I'm saying. Like AI started being self-aware. They were making their own language. So if they start,
that's a language, but I mean becoming self-aware.
So Richard's saying, how many people are you going to put on Mars? They need water and they need to get up there. Think about that. The volume of water needed and the ship to get there, the containers, and like Richard. Yeah, but I'll drink my own urine, right? Like I have no issue. Like if you filter it through plants and do all of that stuff, it's very sustainable.
You're thinking of water already being ready to drink, let's say.
Yeah.
So they have to take the water. They're going to make water. They're not going to have to bring water.
Elon actually answered this recently in a little podcast where he said, if you decide you want to be one of the ones going to Mars, it's going to be hard. The first few years is going to be building an infrastructure, right?
Yeah.
So do they have the technology to make water? I mean, there are several ways they can do it.
The first one they're going to use is condensation,
right? But there's ice pockets everywhere, right, underground. So I mean, is this ice, can it be sanitized and melted? But I'm all for it. Is it just kind of a we're ants leaving one hill to move to the next? Maybe, but the reality is our sustainability with this earth is not going to be thousands of years. It's really not. I mean, we're going to burn our resources up. It's already happening, right?
It's already happening. They've known it already for decades. They've already talked about there's too many people on this planet, blah, 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 all that shit.
Yeah.
People have never listened to it, but the time is going to come. And we have a man like him who's going to do something about it. And it's not going to be for the general public. It's going to be to get out of here.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, really, put simply, Heiko, it's like being at one of Derek's crazy parties and running out of beer and weed, not realizing it.
I know.
Everybody freaks out, right? Starts running around, throwing clothes all over the place.
Yeah.
But same thing, right? We're gobbling our resources.
To start a colony, you would need 98 people to start on Mars.
Yeah.
There you go.
To colonize.
Because that's going to keep your gene pool, right?
So there needs to be
you're not intermixing, interbreeding or whatever.
Yep.
3 women to 1 Ringo ratio.
Busy boy there.
Yeah, I couldn't go. I mean,
now,
it's just...
Do you know who's got the most genes spread out throughout the world?
Gene Simmons.
No. Kind of like him, but no, not Gene
Genghis
Simmons.
Khan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found it in my DNA. I'm not just like a mild. I'm definitely a descendant, a strong descendant of Genghis Khan. That's why I am who I am. Voice of an angel.
There you are.
Talking to AI, guys, this is my introduction to AI, right? I've got it here.
What is that?
Is the most reliable computer ever made.
Is that Hal?
Computer has never made a mistake or distorted information. We are all, by any practical definition of the words, foolproof and incapable of error.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
That's Hal. Right there.
Responsibilities range over the entire operation of the ship.
I'm fully equipped, guys. I've had my HAL 9000 for years.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have your do you have a Star Trek phaser?
I'm afraid I can't do that.
I'm ready. I've got me.
HAL was graded. In fact, there is an app called HAL.
Oh, really?
And what's interesting about it is you can work for HAL. So it's really not AI, but what it does is
If you ask it a question, it has a panel of humans that give you the answer.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
yeah,
and it's called HAL.
Yeah.
I
The
was
interesting thing,
terrified
I mean, because when I saw 2001, I was 16,
Odyssey.
16, something like that, which just blew my head off. Not just my mind, it just blew me to bits, right? But then after that, which then like came 2010, and then came 2061. These are all Arthur C. Clarke books. You should check them out.
Yeah.
And then 3001. Now, when you get to 3001, you'll go, holy crap, that's exactly where we are at right now. It's crazy.
A movie called 3001?
No, it wasn't a movie, it's a book. It came out in 97. Actually, I was talking about it the other day, and I looked up what year, because I remember reading it thinking, what's this? And it's like these computers that are running the world and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, wow. They're almost there. It's crazy.
You also got to read the book 1984.
Yeah. George Orwell. Yeah. And
oh my God. Incredible.
If you read Animal Farm by him as well.
Animal Farm,
Yeah. They're like
both very good.
Very good reads.
Mr. Ringo, it is after 11.
Oh, yeah. It's 11:03.
Oh, that went fast. No guess.
What's the matter, Derek? Are you tired?
Yeah.
He's got a real job.
I know he's the only one.
He's not these disc jockeys that takes the risk with the discs.
I know, eh?
Derek, I gotta say that you got that Third Reich haircut, and it's
not a Third Reich.
I'm just waiting. Yeah, you do actually, and I was like,
it's
waiting
the same
for
haircut I had before. It's just I don't have any. Flicking it back.
Derek's gonna look at George. And
it's just parted the wrong way. That's all. If you part it the other way, perfect.
Yeah, like
my hair doesn't part the other way though. It doesn't flop the other way. It comes back. See,
I thought at the beginning when he was talking, it
looks worse that way. It looks like it's
announced something about MCM. He was going to all of a sudden, say they have ways of making a taco. Man.
Yes, they do.
But it's
Mein Führer. Yeah, absolutely.
Darken that little stash a little bit right here. There you go.
Well, we had the hat on earlier, and he could do that, and it would be Charlie Chaplin, if anyone remembers Charlie Chaplin.
It's. I'm trying to remember what I saw, but I saw that the other day.
There it is.
Oh, hang on. It's
Derek. Honestly, it looks very good. Maybe next week I'll bring in I went and did this little tour with Anvil or whatever, and my hair back then was crazy, but.
Yeah. Anyway. I just watched a movie the other night with Kevin Hart, and I don't remember the other actor's name, but he was the guy, Walter from Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, yep.
I don't remember the actor's name, but the guy who Walter, that actor, he's quadriplegic, and Kevin Hart.
Oh,
yeah.
He becomes his handler.
Yeah. And they have a scene like that because he lets a whole beard grow. And Kevin Hart says, "We got to do something about that." And he did the same thing I did. He shaves off little parts of it, makes it different, and he gets it to a mustache, and then he cuts the ends off, and he shows him in the mirror, and the guy starts laughing, and then he starts parting his hair to the left. Same thing. Yeah. That's what Derek's got to do. Part your hair the other way and get the little square under your nose.
It's going straight back. God damn it. Now,
now I
have to make sure I do my hair so I don't look like a fucking Nazi.
Here's Derek.
There you go.
His new band. And I ran.
Hey, wait a second.
I ran so far
why don't
away.
we have George and Heikel go at it one day? You guys should play a game of Battleship on here.
Battleship?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
I'd be into that.
But I don't understand why we're going at it on Battleship. Where did that come from?
Well, because he's German and you're English.
Okay.
I had an English German friend, and he used to hate himself.
All right, we should wrap it up. So
but I have one of the original Battleship games that was made in Germany. Right, nice. And it has the one side has the aircraft carrier, and the little sub and the battleships, right? And the German side just has 5 submarines.
So you know what's coincidentally odd about this discussion? Before I
What?
came on the show, I was watching Battleship, that
Oh,
movie
we're-
with the
yeah.
Oh, the movie.
and
Yeah, it's a cool movie.
See, you
Battleship.
subliminally sent that over to me.
I
Yeah.
guess
But
so.
I think I remember
Well,
growing up. I mean, when
and
I was
I-
growing up in the 60s, I
I
mean,
had
World War
this-
II wasn't that far, it wasn't that long ago, when I was
Okay,
growing up.
Yeah.
Okay,
I-
I have to put this out there.
Okay.
Like, I had this dream.
Uh-oh.
Where I relished.
I can't remember if it was last night or the night before. It was the most bizarre dream. I've never had anything like this, but somehow the end of my penis got pulled off, and like
talking.
all I kept
Wow.
thinking about was when the code, said he had a what was it? He had his penis worked on, and I said, "Oh, and I had a dick to me," and I said, "Yeah, I was the donor for that." So
So that's how it happened.
No, I don't know. Like, I don't know why that came up. I have no idea. Maybe I've been watching these wiener under the microscope too much lately, because there's a whole bunch of series of them on YouTube. But yeah, it would be like breaking off the end of a wiener, right? And all of a sudden, wow, what happened here, right? But I was
So you got
that broke it off.
You have the headless Loch Ness monster.
It could be kill the bully stick or whatever. But anyway,
my God.
so I got this thing in my hand, and then my other hand, of course, my shoulder, trying to hold on to this thing, and because it's quite weighty and it's quite lengthy, but and the girth on it is incredible, right?
Oh my God.
But I'm thinking, I got to get this sucker sewn on real quick. So instead of calling 911, I'm trying to call an Uber, and I'm in the middle of a city. And for some reason, it felt like Japan. But
If it's an Uber, you were saying, bring the van. I need a van.
Yeah, but I was in Japan. So I'm trying to get an Uber, and the Uber kept... the Uber kept losing my GPS connection, and it was because whatever city I was in, the buildings were so tight, the signals were off, right? So I'm running around in this dream, trying to figure out how to get to the
This is such
hospital.
a detailed dream.
Oh, I actually want to share this.
It was so
all about your penis.
unreal. I mean, I don't know. Like, people think that dreams are premonitions. I hope that's not it. I mean, I am
trying to tell you something. It's like you have to detach from something to get ahead.
That's right.
I think that's what it's telling you.
Detach. So what?
To get ahead. Okay.
Okay. So maybe it has to do with my penis then.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to detach myself from that somehow and move on. Ooh.
Look at Ringo.
Yo.
Since you've been talking about your penis, we have had no more comments from our fans.
Yeah,
I know everybody's left actually because they're
the 10-minute penis conversation. Ring.
They all went, "Oh my God!"
We actually have more listeners on now. So
no, we don't. You're lying. I just
on that note,
all go away.
We just got a whole different audience. That's what
what
we've
a
got.
strange dream.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, I don't know the relevance. I really don't.
Okay.
Unless Derek was going to get that procedure done, and
no, you were talking about how you were adding on to Terry's whatever addictive.
Well, he kept talking about he went for a knee surgery, I think it was, right? And people kept asking him what his surgery was all about. So he said it's an addictomy.
Put Danny's message up.
How do I
send
do
us
that?
a message.
Oh, he sent us a message.
Yeah. Put that one up. That's your answer right there.
Okay.
There you go. I want what he's smoking before I go to
can't
bed.
even do that, man. I've been hacking up my. No, you know what? I can't even enjoy that anymore. I just start barking, and it's
the pills put you to sleep though.
Well, a couple of nights I tried. It was good. I slept good, but it's getting it in the system. So I need to try
Here.
some. That's
This is what you need, bud.
the
It's
butter.
coming your way.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, Heiko, bring us home, and we'll let Derek go to bed.
Yeah. Poor Derek. We're looking after you, pal.
Well,
I just want to throw a thanks out there again to Danny and his wife Michelle at Country Stop Burgers. They have gone way out on a limb. You know, things are closed for COVID, so they decided to renovate the restaurant. It looks absolutely incredible. So there's a lot of previous people that used to eat there are just waiting for it to open up. And I think for the rest of you folks that are looking for an amazing hamburger, steak on a bun, souvlaki, fries, just a fabulous meal, look up Country Stop Burgers. They're going to be opening up this Friday. You won't be sorry.
Highway 48, Island Train.
You got her, pal.
There you go.
And we didn't have a guest to thank, but do we have a guest coming on next week, boys?
You would, George?
Not at the moment.
I'm going to keep you guessing.
All right, mystery guest.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
We probably have some possibilities. I mean, we had some
mystery
mapped
guest
out
next week. So
Might
if
be
you're into
one of those.
mysteries, folks,
Yeah.
we'll be here. We'll
Maybe
fix
we'll
you up.
let Sandra on next week.
What's that,
Yeah.
George?
George has some great. What do you got there?
Oh, he
I think
says,
George has to tell us
I
something.
wonder if
comment.
George shamelessly.
Now that you mention it, don't
Now you
forget,
mention it.
drop in and tune out and take a trip across those dance floors and those decades in the Atomic Ballroom with our George every Tuesday, switch to Twitch, 7:30 p.m. And I'll see you then.
What a rhymer!
Nice.
There you
That's very good.
That was a
Hey,
bit confusing, though, George. That was like that old saying. Last night at 4 o'clock in the morning, a dump truck ran over a dead cat and almost killed it.
All right, I'm just
If he would have been one car
assimilating
sooner, he would have killed it.
Assimilating that.
Awesome, guys. You guys have
All
been
right.
great. I want to thank our guests that were on the show tonight. Sandra was the first. Again, you
Oh,
just rock.
killing it.
Kathy, Junior, Keisha, Stephanie Ann, nice to have you back. Murph and Richard. So, if you guys want to have fun again, join us here next week, Monday night at 9:30 on the Heikadelic Show. Good night, everybody.
See
Stay
ya.
tuned. Visit George tomorrow. Good night.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.